It was a series of these incredible moments. And Juan and I acknowledged it many times about the trip, about how that first leg of the project, I don't know, it was like fate or the planets aligning, meeting the right people by chance or accidentally stumbling upon the perfect location. We were aware of it when it was happening, but I don't think we even fully realized the magnitude of it all. Meeting Maricielo and discovering that she was one of the most well-known trans activists and educators in the city was incredible. And there we were, watching her in Martin's studio as he's applying her makeup for the shoot. She was the first woman we shot. She's telling him about how the hormone treatments had altered her body over the last 20 or 30 years. They slimmed her arms, increased the size of her breasts, and then at one point he began to show her the best way to apply makeup to her jaw to make it appear more narrow. And she let out this little giggle. Maybe it was an embarrassed giggle, I don't know. But it was as though she was 15 years old again. And I could see her eyes rapidly shifting as she's taking mental notes of everything he was saying. It's not that he even put a lot of makeup on her, he really just highlighted her. But then that smile when she looks at herself in the mirror, it was what I would have imagined she looked like when she saw herself in the mirror for the first time as a woman. When we got back to the house and reviewed the digital images, we compared them to the sketches that Juan had made, and it was incredible. It was as though he had been sketching her all along. That portrait and the crown that we had made, it was for Maricielo long before we had even met her. And it was like that over and over again. It was incredible. There she was, right in front of us.
Peru is my country, my home. And we are proud people, no matter what. I am proud. Our culture is incredible, but what I've seen happening to the LGBTQ community is been devastating. The oppression from the church and politicians is undeniable. In Peru, they go hand in hand. Like the power of politicians will crumble without the church, and vice versa. Transgender people are a huge target. They are denied IDs, are refused medical treatment in hospitals, and refused many opportunities for work. They are constantly being held down or pushed away. They are not allowed to be part of the culture. It's like they are not allowed to be Peruvians.
But changes are slowly happening because of the brave people who have found a way to survive and those who have been able to speak up. This project is for them, to empower them, for them to see themselves as part of Peru's culture, because it's their culture, it's who they are and who they always have been.
This is what excites me the most about making these images. Creating the portraits of these amazing women and using cultural relevant iconography and materials in a way that immerses them into the culture of our country. Like the gown that we created from hundreds of flowers that were embroidered by women of Ayacucho, or Fausto's crowns.
Fausto is incredible. His home is also his workshop, and he makes these stunning and primitive artisanal crowns that churches actually purchase for their statues. And we've worked closely with him to design and produce some of those crowns. They're bronze and often plated in gold or silver, and all in the most primitive way. He's been incredible to work with. He has a wonderful, welcoming family, and he tells the best jokes after a couple of beers.
We traveled to Peru the past year 2 times to begin the first part of this project. We were fortunate enough to receive faculty development grants from our employers. Mine came from Rhode Island College.
And mine came from Lesley University, but the funds ran out quickly and we were forced to liquidate our savings accounts and max out credit cards to the sum of just over $30,000. So here's where you come in, we hope. Based on the figures from last year, we've been able to estimate that we'll need approximately $40,000 to finish the project. I know, it's a scary number, but what the funds go to are expenses in airfare, equipment rental, film, processing, paying our artisans properly, and compensating our models appropriately. We're trying to do everything as ethically as possible, and because of that, the numbers add up fast, far faster than we had ever imagined. As an incentive to contribute, Juan and I planned ahead and brought back the crowns that we made with Fausto, and we'll be offering a selection of prints made from photographs that we had taken throughout our time in Peru last year. They were inspired by and created because of the LGBTQ community there, their strength and resilience. They're such incredible people. Because our intent is to create a dialogue, and there are plans for a book as well, but we'll need your help.
This is a true collaboration, a collaboration between all of us, to benefit all of us. Help us to show these women how incredible they are.
Help us show all trans people that they are a part of their culture. Help us empower them to continue to fight. They are far too important to be held down or pushed aside.